we click onto the next tab within this section, we have the standard day. This tab, like any of the standard tabs or trends, can be very useful for gaining an overall understanding of how a patient is getting on. You can see here, for instance, after 6 o'clock in the morning, the results are quite dispersed. So this may mean that a clinician wants to investigate the nighttime activity, which is responsible for why a patient is waking up at various different levels. If you wish to focus on a specific time of day, you can switch from being midnight to midnight to being noon to noon. This will mean that you will have the nighttime portion of the graph in the centre of the screen, as you see here. What you're also able to do is show or hide lines. So this will give an indication as to how the person is tracking throughout the day. You can see each day of the week is represented here, so you can compare one day with another or single out the weekends. As we progress along the tabs, we move on to trend. As I mentioned before, trend is a very useful tab as it allows the clinician to get a good understanding of what is happening with the blood glucose over a period of time. So you can see here we have an average across the time period, but you can also select certain times of day, perhaps your waking values with your nighttime values, and you can compare just the blood glucose results between those two times to gauge an understanding of where you have poor control. As you move on to the other tabs, for instance day by day, this is the same information that will be represented in the comparison screen. However, in comparison, it is actually presented alongside other devices such as CGMs or even insulin pumps to gain a better understanding of how a patient is getting on. As you see in this tab, we have glucose information alongside carbohydrate information. Carbs won't always be available. This information is very much device specific. If a device allows you to record carbs, then it's very often captured by diasend. However, if the device does not contain carb information, it will not be pulled through to diasend. On the right hand side, you're able to see the individual carb amounts that a patient has had, so 40 and 45 grams, and they are represented on the graph by green triangles. You're also able to see any comments that have been recorded, as you can see here, test comments, and they are indicated by a speech bubble.